Did you see that they've changed the terms and conditions on Strictly this year? So
No, I haven't.
You know the amazing bit where, you know, Ruth Jones comes out as Nessa and reads out the terms and conditions.
Through the curtain.
So now all of that has changed because you can't ring and vote anymore. It's all on an app. So there has been uproar about uproar because obviously all the older voters want to pick up the phone and do their vote the old-fashioned way.
Celeb do the same thing?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, it's just like it is alienating an older audience, which is like still a big part of Strictly, I think. Like my mum and dad have phones, but they wouldn't know how to download an app. They'd be ringing me to get them to try and do it, and I don't need the extra phone calls. But like, I just think it is alienating a large portion of their audience. I do think
I think if you're lucky and you have a family that kind of protect your grandparents or talk to them, like for our granddad, like we make sure he's got his iPhone, he's got it on the biggest font possible. We download the apps for him. He follows us on Instagram. He invests in Fint. He loves being forward with the times. But I do agree with you. It's quite hard for the people that maybe don't have the opportunity or the family around them to actually buy an iPhone in the first place. And to actually like teach them, like, okay, I'll do it for you, Granddad. I'll pop over. We'll make it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think that Strictly? I guess this is them moving with the times and that sort of thing. Do you think it needs to keep fresh, or do you think it can just stay as it is and everyone will continue to love it?
It's a hard conversation to have. I think at the end of the day, we're very British and we like what we like and we don't like what we don't like. If you keep the format the same and really focus on the basis of Ballroom and Latin and the stairs and the 4 judges and the score system, I think that needs to never change. Like they try and change it in other countries and they always come back to the same format and they try and chop and change. Stick to what it is. It's a beautiful wheel. It works. We don't need to make it a square.
I like the contemporary dance though. Did you have a contemporary dance in your year?
Yeah, I was the first person to ever do contemporary, and I did it with Lauren Steadman. We tried to portray a story which allowed her to kind of grow, reaching for that gold medal. And it was quite an honor to do that with her. And Lucas McFarlane came in as a choreographer to help me because it's not what I know
hard,
personally. I think having them extra stars is great. We see it in every day. Every advert is dancing now. Every music video, concert, this dance is what it's about now.
But it's funny, isn't it? Because I feel like sometimes when the judges are judging the contemporary, they don't like it. They often mark them down. There's been I think Will Mellor got marked down. A few, Michelle Visage got marked down, didn't she? And I think it's because she went out on a contemporary. You're disagreeing with me.
Well, Michelle Visage was amazing, but her couple's choice, that's what we're talking about.
That's it.
She did the Vogue thing and it was a risk because
Blackpool, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it was like, it just wasn't quite the right way, and that's what did her in.
It didn't hit in the
was
room.
fantastic, and it just didn't seem to work. But I do think I don't think they do enough of the 4, I think there's 4 dance styles they can do. They always seem to pick contemporary or like the hip hop street dance, and like you overlook the sort of theatrical one. And I actually can't even remember what the other one is.
The jazz side,
maybe.
the way.
So I think they should maybe be a bit more that they evenly distribute what kind of style. Because like this year, for instance, Harry did that kind of thing on the Christmas special. Lewis has a hip hop background, so he'll absolutely nail that. Guarantee that's probably what he'll do as his couple's choice, and he'll absolutely boss it. But you don't want to get used to seeing everybody just doing a bit of hip hop each year. I think it's nice to see like Faye Tozer did a theatrical one and it was incredible. And
Fantastic.
I just think you need to see a bit more. There was 4 of them. I feel like they've just focused on 2, and I think it is nice to see all 4 maybe a bit more frequent.
On that note though, do the producers ever come in and say, look, you can't do that? Do they ever guide you on your choice?
When it's very hard, like, because there's been so many years of Strictly, like you could say, okay, I would really like this song and this outfit or this concept. We're like, well, we did that 10 years ago. And we're like, funny enough, I don't think the audience is going to remember 10 years ago unless it was absolutely awesome. It's replayed every single week. And I think that really is quite hard.
Yeah.
So yes, there is that influence of, okay, it's week 1. We're all doing a ballroom Latin, and week 2 swap over and vice versa. So sometimes you don't always get what you would love to do. And that is a little bit annoying. I will say that personally.
Do you think it should ever go back to how it was in the first series where they literally half did one ballroom routine, so maybe half did a waltz, and the other half did, I don't think salsa was in, it was in samba, and then you could directly compare the celebrities. Do you think it should ever throw that back in, just like we're saying about maybe keeping it fresh, like hark back to the archives maybe, and bring something out, because it was a good way to see oh, well, that was a good samba, or that wasn't so good, or that was a really good waltz, their posture wasn't as good. To like, as a viewer, compare. Do you think they should bring anything like that back? Or do you like that they all do different things?
I think I like that they do different things because I think it keeps it entertaining as a show, especially if you sat there for 2 hours in them first couple of weeks, it feels like. But I do agree with you. I think like as the weeks progress, maybe when they have that like the jive-a-thon or the thing, I think that's why you can have the same dance in everybody, because you can kind of directly compare. It's always hard, isn't it? But I think as long as within the dance itself, you've got X amount of bars of like actual pure core dancing and maybe a little bit of an intro, a little bit of break in the middle and a little bit at the end, but not that it's like, actually, how many bars of waltz have you actually done? Because I didn't see a lot.
How long were you flying down from the ceiling before you even started?
I think I'm going to have to kind of scratch out a couple of points here because it's not really a waltz anymore. It's more of a float around.
Oh, no, not the float around. Have you got any goss on the new dancers, Alexis and Julie?
I personally don't know them. I saw his Instagram. I think he likes to triathlon, that's for sure.
Yeah, he did an Ironman.
And hats off to that. Hats off. That's madness. I've signed up to a marathon next year and I'm a bit scared about that.
What are you up to now, AJ?
Myself and Curtis and business partner, we are really focused on, a bit like with Strictly, kind of, we always wanted to help people enjoy the opportunities. So we're focused on now financial education. So we're building a very different arm in our kind of opportunity of TV and more so business side. I've always wanted to develop an app. So we're focused on financial education, allowing people to invest in the UK and really kind of fit a kind of niche of, we did this talk the other day and it was like, how many people have played the recorder? Put your hands up in the audience at school. Yeah, we've all played the recorder at school. Still have no idea why. But how many people actually got taught financial education or investing?
No.
Zero. So we feel like we want to fill that gap and we want to do that through Fint. It's FINT. You can go on our website, check out all of our terms and conditions and what we stand for as a company. And we just want to be able to kind of give back and help the UK because right now we feel like there's a lack of it. And that's very upsetting for us. Like, we go on to Strictly, Love Island, all these TV shows. You sign these contracts. That was my first ever contract. First ever payday was Strictly Come Dancing.
Wow.
And I read the contract. And then I remember in a very small part, it was kind of like, just pay your tax. I was like, what's tax?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? I'm good with numbers. I'm very OCD. But like, we should be taught this in schools.